Great morning, everyone. I'm James Bryan Aquino Tababa from San Miguel, Luna, Isabela. I was born in Bantay, Ilocos Sur, and I was born on the night of December 26, the year of 2000. So, my topic for today is about leadership. So, let's find here. Let's open this folder at BSIT 4A-BPO. So let's find the leadership and management. So let me open this PowerPoint presentation for you. So, just a minute, guys. So this one. So my topic for today is leadership ethics in practice from the ebook Introduction to Leadership, 4th edition, Concept and Practices by Peter G. Northouse. So I have two subtopics, namely the character of the leader and the action of the leader. But before we move on, we have a tech requirement. What is the three? So our three tech requirement is have a good connection or have a good network. So have a connection between me and you, and just listen carefully for you to gain more knowledge. So after you gain knowledge from me, you will be able to share your knowledge to others. So let's move on. So wait a minute. This one. So competitive landscape, leadership ethics is a complex phenomenon with multiple parts that overlap and interconnected. When trying to practice ethical leadership, there are 6 factors that should be of special importance to leader. Each of these factors play a role in who leaders are and what they do when they are engaged in ethical leadership. So what is the 6 factors? So the character of the leader, the action of the leader, the goals of the leader, the honesty of the leader, the power of the leader, and the last one is the values of the leader. So these 6 are the factors related to ethical leadership. So let's move on. So wait a minute. So the character of the leader. The character of the leader is a fundamental aspect of ethical leadership. When it is said that a leader has a strong character, that leader seems as a good and honorable human being. The leader's character refers to a qualities, disposition, and core values of the leader. More than 2,000 years ago, Aristotle argued that the moral person demonstrates the virtues of courage, generosity, self-control, honesty, sociability, modesty, fairness, and justice by Velasquez of 1992. Today, all these qualities still contribute a strong character. So let's move on. So the philosopher leader. Character is something that developed. In recent years, the nation's schools have seen a growing interest in character education, misbehavior of public figures, and led to mistrust of public figure, which has led to the public demanding that educators do a better job of training children to be a good citizen. As a result, most schools today teach character education as part of their normal curriculum. A model for many of this program was developed by Joseph Son Institute of 2008 in California, which frame institute around 6 dimensions of characters: trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, and citizenship. Based on this and similar characters dimension, schools are emphasizing the importance of character and how core values influence an individual ethical decision making. So, although character is clearly at the core of who you are as a person, it is also something you can learn and to strengthen and develop. So, leadership can be learned and strengthened. A leader can learn good values, so you can also learn good characters or good values when practiced over time. So if you practice over time, from time to time, you will be able to practice and strengthen or develop your core values or your characters. From youth to adulthood, good values became habitual and a part of people themselves. So if you do it every day, so from time to time you will be able to strengthen it or develop it. And by being fair to others, people become just. Your virtues and hence your characters are derived from your action. So as our quotation, your characters, your action speaks louder than your words. So an example of a leader with strong character is a Nobel Peace Prize winner Nelson Mandela. Mandela was deeply nor moral man with a strong conscience. conscience. When fighting and abolish apartheid in South Africa, he was unyielding in his pursuit of viewpoint. He chosen to remain incar incarcerated rather than compra compra ano? Compromise his position. In addition to being deeply concerned for others, Mandela was a courageous, patient, humble, and compassionate man. He was an ethical leader who ardently believed in the common good. So Mandela clearly illustrates the character is an essential component of moral leadership. Character enable a leader to maintain his or her core ethical values even in times of immense adversity. Adversity. Character from the centerpiece of a person values and this fundamental to ethical leadership. So the action of a leader. So let me read this to you. In addition to being about a leader's character, ethical leadership is about the action of a leader. Action refers to the way of leader goes about accomplishing goals. Ethical leadership, leaders usually moral means to achieve their goals. The way a leader goes about his or her work is a critical determinant of whether he or she is an ethical leader. We may also be familiar with the Machiavellian phrase, the ends justify the means. But an ethical leader keep in mind a different version of this term and turn it into a question. Do the end justify the means? So that is a question for the leaders. And in other words, the action a leader takes to accomplish a goal needs to be ethical. They cannot be justified by the necessities or importance of the leader's goal. Ethical leadership involves using moral, appropriate action to achieve their goals. So, trustworthiness. So, what do we mean by trustworthiness? Trustworthiness is the most complicated of the 6 core ethical values and concern a variety of qualities like honesty, integrity, reliability, and loyalty. So if trustworthiness, be honest, be reliable, do what you say you'll do. So if you want to be a good leader, if you say I will do this, so you need to do that in according to what you have. One example, you are leader to example a capstone project or a thesis. Example, you said to your group mates that you want to do you say that you will do the RRL part, so you need to do that in synthesize. So have a courage to do the right thing. Don't deceive, cheat, or steal. So build a good reputation. So if you if you want to be a good leader, so build a good reputation for you for your members to respect you. So let's move on. Respect. So as I say a while ago, so what is respect? While we have no ethical duty to hold all people in high esteem. We should treat everyone with respect. So as I gave an example before, so treat your example, you are the leader of a capstone project, so you need to respect your group mates. So be tolerant to difference. So uh, we are we are we have a difference, so be tolerant to it. Use good manners, like for example, you are Filipino, like say opo, and if you are the leader, then be considerate of others, work out disagreement. So next, let's move on, guys. Responsibility. Ethical people show responsibility by being accountable, pursuing excellence, and exercising self restraint. So they exhibit the ability to respond to expectations. So do your job, persevere, think before you act. So consider the consequence. So if you will if you are a leader, so consider consider the consequence of what will you do. So be accountable for your choice. Fairness. Fairness implies adherence to a balanced standard of a justice without relevance to one's own feeling in or in dedications. Play by the rules. So if you are the leader and you have the rules, so play do the rules. So be open-minded. So example, I am the leader and I am I want to I want to I example, I my one member is there is something example questions for to ask to me example. So be open-minded for any suggestions or any violent reaction. So don't take advantage to others, and for the last, don't blame others. Example, you have a failure to that group. So don't blame your members or other persons. So caring is the heart of the ethics and ethical decision making. It is scarcely possible to be truly ethical and yet uncon unconcerned with the welfare of others. This is because ethics is ultimately about good relation with other people. So if you are caring to your team or your group, be kind, compassionate. Example, there is a misunderstanding. Be forgive others and help people in need. So I want to add this one. Uh, if you are caring to your group, caring to your members or teammates, so give them inspirational message for them to improve. And if they improve, then your group will become successful in the future. So in every time what example, you have a project, in every project you will do, the project will be successful in the future. So citizenship. The good citizen gives more than she takes. So if you are a good citizen, uh, doing more than her fair share to make society work. Now and for future generations, citizenship includes civic virtues and duties that prescribe how we owe to behave as a part of community. So share with your community, get involved, stay informed, or like for 2022, vote. So respect authority. So respect the authority. So protect the environment. So let me to illustrate the importance of illustrate the wait, to illustrate the importance of ethical action. Consider what happened at the Abu Ghraib prison in the Iran in 2004 because of the atrocite on 9 to 11 national security and intelligence gathering became a high priority rule and standard of interrogations. We expanded and harassed interrogation method. We approved the government goals was to obtain information for purpose of nation security. Problems at the prison became evident. We, the media, reported the prisoner we were being sexually abused, humiliated, and tortured by prison personnel and civilian contrast employee gruesome photographs of demeaning actions to prisoner appearance in the media and on the internet to obtain intelligence information. Some U.S. Army soldiers use means that violated military regulation and international health rules on the humane treatment of prisoners of war established by the Geneva Convention in 1948. In the case of Abu Ghraib prison, the goal of maintaining nation security and intelligence gathering was legitimate and worthwhile. However, the means that we use criminal may believe that the goals did not justify the means. In everybody situation, a leader can act in many different ways to accomplish a goal. So each of these actions has ethical implications. For example, we are a leader rewarded some employees and not others. It raises questions of fairness. If a leader fails to take into consideration an employee's major health problems and instead demand that a job be completed on a short notice, it raises questions about the leader's compassion for others. Even a simple task such as scheduling people workload or continually giving more favorable assignments to one person over another reflects the ethics of the leader. In reality, almost everything a leader does has ethical overtone. So let me open that. So the ethical principles. Showing respect. Number one is showing respect. To show respect means to treat others as a unique human being and never as means to an end. It requires treating others' decision and values with respect. Also requires valuing others' idea and affirming this individual as unique human being. When a leader shows respect to followers, followers become more confident and believe their contribution have value. That's what I'm talking about a while ago. So next one is serving other. Clearly, serving others is an example of altruism, an approach that suggests that actions are ethical if their primary purpose is to promote the best interests of others. From this perspective, a leader may be called on to act in the interest of others, even when it may run contrary to his or her self-interest. So Bowie, this is from Bowie of 1991. In the workplace, serving others can be observed in activities such as mentoring, empowering others, team building, and citizenship behaviors by Canungo and Mendoca of 1996. That's I'm talking about a while ago. So two main points. In practicing the principle of service, an ethical leaders must be willing to be follower centered. So if you want to be a good leader, first to do became a good follower. So let's move on. That is, the leader tries to place other interests foremost in his or her work and act in a way that will benefit others. So that's number 3, showing justice. Ethical leaders make in a top priority to treat all their followers in an equal manner. So, like I quote a while ago, so if you want to be a good leader, be a good follower. If you be a good follower, so you respect your group or teammates, or and you are equal to every point of action you do. Just Justice demand that a leader place that issue of fairness at the center of decision making. As a rule, no one should receive special treatment or special consideration. For different treatment must be clear, reasonable, and based on sound moral values. So let's move on. In addition, justice is concerned with the golden rule. Treat other as you would like to be treated. So that is the golden rule. So if you want to be treated in a good way, so treat other the same way you want to be treated. If you expect fairness from other, then you should treat other fairly. Issue or of fairness become problematic because there is always a limit on goods and resources. As a result, there is often competition for scarce scarce resources because of the real or persevered scarcity of resources. Conflict often occur between individuals about fair method of distribution. It is important for the leader to establish clearly the rules for distributing reward. The nature of this rule says a lot about ethical and their underpinnings of the leaders and the organizations. So let's move on. The challenge of treating everyone fairly is illustrated in what happened of Richard Lee when he coached his son's Little League basketball team. His son Eric was outstanding pitcher with a lot of nature ability. During one of the games, Eric became frustrated with his performance and began acting very immaturely, throwing his bat and kicking helmets. When Richard saw Eric's inappropriate behavior, he immediately took his son out of the game and sat him on the bench. The player would respectfully Eric in the lineup was not a good pitcher and the team lost the game. So let's move on. So leadership is not snapshot by Warren Buff Bill and the Melinda Gates founders, the Giving Pledge. So the Giving Pledge was spread in 2010 by Bill and Melinda Gates and Warren Buffett. Number 1 and 2 respectively on the Forbes list of the world richest people to encourage a new era in philanthropy. Instead of waiting until they die to give away their money, billionaires are encouraged by the Giving Pledge to make the donations earlier in their lives while they can still choose how to spend it. So as you know, Bill and Melinda Gates is the top of the top billionaires in the whole world. So they do this pledge for and they can choose how to spend their money in giving some donations. So let's move on. After the game, Richard received a lot of criticism. In addition of Eric being mad at him, the parents of the other players were very angry. Some of the parents came to Richard and told him that he should not have pulled his son out of the game because it caused the team to lose. In this example, the other parents failed to recognize what Richard was doing as a coach. Richard made a strong effort to fair to all the players by treating his son the way he would treat any player who acted out. So, this is a very good example that Richard do to his son. So he do this because his son is act like a child. So he pulled his son to punish him and to teach him a lesson. So he set standard of a good sportsmanship. When his own son violated the rule, he was dis, ano? disciplined. Richard's action was ethical, but coaching the team as he did was not easy. So when you are coaching a team, so that is not easy to do. So that is not a easy stuff because you need to you need to have a good team. So if you need a good team, you need a good foundation, and if you need a good foundation, so every member of the team have their good good moral attitude for the team to be successful or to win the game. So he did the right thing, but there was repercussion. This example underscored the importance of the action of a leader. A leader action plays a significant role in determining whether a leader is ethical or unethical. So let's move on. For inspirational videos, uh, just just click this link above for more inspirational videos on how to become a good leader. Just watch the link above. So this is the link. So while you are watching, you can grab a cup of coffee to drink while watching this inspirational video. So thank you for listening, and I hope you learned something from me. So thank you everyone. For more questions about how to become a good leader, so you can email me in this email below. So this is my profile picture in my Facebook account. So you can search my name, James Bryan Tababa, for more query on this report. So thank you everyone once again. Stay safe and have a great day.